Ruth is the president and CIO of Alphabet and Google. You met her this morning. Ruth, I want to quote this and then ask you about it. We've all witnessed companies making grand AI for good pronouncements, for sure. But when push comes to shove and financial performance dictates decision-making, often less lofty ideals are what shareholders demand. So how do you think, I think the world of Google. I think Google has transformed the world in extraordinary ways. How do you think of AI for good versus AI for financial gain in the position you're in Google as a company?
I think of it as a false choice because the upside from AI is absolutely extraordinary. But if we don't invest to protect on the downside, we'll never have the opportunity to actually invest to capture the upside. And that upside-downside point is two sides of the same coin. So when you think about the upside, it's around accelerating science. It's around social issues, solving things in education, healthcare, as we've been talking about. It's the economic upside. But if there's not a responsible foundation, if we're not doing the heavy work, we don't have a right to have a seat at that table. And that means engaging with regulators constructively. It means investing in our systems internally so that you're protecting from the downside. If you don't protect on the downside, you're going to find resistance, whether it's from the regulatory world or from everybody else. And so they go hand in hand. And to assume that you can pursue one without the guardrails that are critical, I don't think is long-term sustainable, and so we view them as two interlinked approaches to really maximizing the upside of this extraordinary technology.
You've managed through a multitude of ups and downs in the economy, including the 2008 financial crisis. What's important for business leaders here to know about leading their teams through the incredible changes we're about to see? And do you think people realize how much change we're about to see in business and industries and society over the next 5 years?
I think the most important point to take away from all these conversations is that the art of the possible is fundamentally changed. This is a generational opportunity like we haven't seen before. And I spoke about some of the key proof points in the earlier discussion this morning. Probably one really important one is in life science. I'm so proud of our colleagues who won the Nobel Prize for this, with AlphaFold credited with being the most important contribution to drug discovery.